I'm going to make this really quick. So here's the deal. So one of the most competitive differentiators that these people have in this space is looking at cost per square foot. So just to give you an example, I'm working on a project that's 1,000 square feet. Let's say I bill my customer at the end of the project a totaling amount of $1,000, then it's fair to say that for that project it costed the customer $1 per square foot. So the way that we would outbid a competitor in order to win a deal would be to say, oh, I am averaging at 86 cents per square foot, whereas this other person that you're going to work with is averaging at 93 cents per square foot for projects in this space. So we need to give this guy the ability to quickly draw those numbers so that he can get information over to his customers is to be competitive. How we're going to do that is pretty simple. If we look at a project here, settings, have a project overview. Now the way that we're going to capture that information is we have something up here called activities. If you open an activity, these are called daily activity reports, which their employees, the foreman, is responsible to fill out at the end of each day's work. You open up an existing one, we'll look at the date up here, the project, look, there's a location, who's the customer, is there a particular task that we want to associate this report to. That's never really the case, they're usually just generic overviews, and then who's the foreman whom is working on this project. Next, before after photos, before they started the day, after they started that day, all the employees that are worked on that. These are just equipment, but you can add employees via a many-to-many. Same with equipment used. We can add all the equipment used on the project that day. Then here, the most important part is they fill out how many square feet did we complete that day, how many linear feet, and then a description. Then a map row number, and ignore that last one. So you can leave a quick description, worked hard. Then we save it. Now, this is where the connection has to happen. So we need to note square feet cleared. So if we look at all of our activities and maybe we want to group by project, then we can see a general overview here of all the square feet that have been complete. Now, what we need is in here, project costing, we need to have the total amount of square feet, which can be manually filled out. Then we need to have square feet complete. This needs to be an aggregated sum of all the square feet complete fields in the activity report that we just saw. So over the course of 100 days, they may complete 100 feet per day. After that 100 days, they'll have 10,000 square feet complete. We need that number to update in real time based on activity reports saved. Next, we need this field to subtract from this field to give us a remaining square feet completion for this project to be done. Now, this is where it's going to definitely require, well, it already requires development, but this is where it gets a little more tricky. Project costing. Now we need to take total square feet, we need to divide it by the total amount invoiced to that customer at that time. And we need this to compute the total cost, we need the total cost to date. This needs to be the total amount that we've billed that customer. Let's say it's $100, $1,000. Now, let's say here that the total cost square foot then would be this field divided by square feet complete, which is going to give us 1,000 divided by 2,250. My math is shit this morning. 1,000 divided by 2,250 equals roughly 44 cents per square foot. So we need that math to be built in here so that at any given point in time, Brent can pull up his pivot, he can break out by contract, and he can quickly look here at total square feet complete, total cost to date, and cost per square foot. So we can look here and say, yeah, right now we're looking at about 44 cents per square foot costing for Brent's project. And he can quickly filter out a project by industry to look at and capture totals based on industry, and he can do the averages manually if he wants based on the categories. But and then you'll be able to we could even look at activities, but okay. That's the development that we would need. Let me know if you need more explanation. I'm happy to provide. Thank you for listening.